UnstoppableOne.com.
What's going on, world? It's your boy D-Hop here once again, Moments with D-Hop. And today, I got somebody special. You might know his face. I'm sure you know his name. My guy, Bones Brigante.
What's good?
What's going on, B?
Regular, just happy to be here, man.
I'm happy that you're here, man.
Appreciate
you. So, you know, if y'all know who he is, y'all gonna stay tuned. If y'all don't know who he is, oh, y'all gonna wanna stay tuned. We be right back, man. It's another episode, Moments with D-Hop, featuring Mr. Bones Brigante. Freestyle champ, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him introduce himself properly because I don't wanna miss no accolades and all that.
Well, Bones Brigante, like he said, Freestyle Friday is where it all started, but I've been on a hell of a journey since then, you know. That's what life is about, living and learning. Like he said, you know, I started out BET 106 and Park Freestyle Friday Grand Champion, BET Cypher, battles here and there. Lost my footing a little bit, you know, got back on my feet a few years ago with the 30 for 30. You was a part of that.
Absolutely,
you know
salute, I appreciate you.
And from there, you know, Sway in the Morning, Bars on I-95, performed at Carnegie Hall with Black Thought. You know,
that was epic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, it's been a journey. So you know, just living and learning.
And now he here with me.
Facts.
Giving that, giving inspiration and motivation moments to you. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely salute you. Want to give you your flowers while you're here. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
You know, we lost the dog, DMX, recently. So rest in peace, and prayers and blessings to his family. Coming from that era, actually, that's a good transition.
Right.
You from that, you was raised up in that era for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like where bars matter.
Yeah, certainly. That's where I got inspired to do what it is that I do. It's from that era, and people taking pride in their craft, you know. Right. They real penmanship and their talent, you know. It's not really wasn't about what it is now, you know.
Right, it was actually about putting that pen to paper.
Putting that pen, like, I treated that shit like I just knew, like, practice makes perfect. I knew that from playing ball. So, it wasn't I'm gonna do this and go viral. It was like, nah, I'm gonna lock in for a few hours every night.
Right.
And just get better and better.
Writer sessions.
Right, yeah.
So, you play ball?
Yeah, I grew up playing ball.
All right, that's what's up. So let's go back there. Because what we do here at Moments, if you don't know, if you wasn't following, we like to give people inspiration and motivation, you know what I'm saying? Just give people that's watching something that they can take with them after they finish watching it. It's not more or less that the ratchet or the messy shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So let the people know, because if they know you from Freestyle on Friday and all that, but let the people know where you from originally.
That's a journey in itself.
I know. That's why that's why I want you to know.
All right, so we got to start with the origins of it all. Is my parents. My pops is from Harlem. My mom's is from Inglewood, New Jersey, which is where the Sugar Hill Gang is from. So this is where so you figure my pops is from Harlem by way of the Bronx, which is where hip hop started. And my mom's is from Inglewood, New Jersey, where the very first rap record was ever made, you know what I'm saying? Commercial rap record, that is. And then they had me, you know what I'm saying? But they were living in San Jose, California at the time, you know what I mean? Just, went out there to see what was going on. Had me and my twin sister move back east. You know how that is, moms and pops, I'm with my pops sometimes, with my mom sometimes. So I'm in Inglewood, I'm in Harlem, I'm in Bronx. My moms took us to Maryland. I moved to Maryland when I went to high school. And I finished high school, met my daughter's mother, who was from Philly.
Okay.
And then we went to Philly to raise my daughter out there. That's why when y'all saw me on 106 and Park, it was, oh, Philly, I ain't from there, I just get it done there. And then, I always wanted to come, because this is home. New York was home to me.
No doubt.
So no matter where I went, I always wanted to come home. You know what I mean? So, you know,
Stephon Marbury of the rap game.
right.
Everywhere. He had to get back home.
Had to bring it back home. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, you know, I wanted to come back and live. See, when I was saying I wanted to come back to New York, I wanted to come back as a kid.
Right.
I ain't realized when I came back I was going to have to pay bills. Shit is different. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, it's all a part of the journey. It all made me who I am, and you know, I take pride in every region I ever lived in, because it all molded me to a certain degree.
Definitely. So that journey as a kid, and you got a twin.
Yeah.
That's tough. What's that sibling?
Well, it's different, because when you got a twin, like, you got somebody who, like, you're held a standard to, you know, more than just if you had an older sibling or a younger sibling.
Right.
So with me having such a unconventional path in life, you know, the standards that I was trying to be held to, you know, it's not gonna get met with her. I mean, my twin sister, she's successful, like from a conventional standpoint. You know, she went to college, she got a good job, married, house, that type of stuff. So, I mean, if you thinking about like me, who's chasing a dream, you know, if you comparing, you know, I gotta have a lot of rough days, because a lot of cats, I don't know, the thing about rap is everything is on camera is glamorous, you know what I mean? But the behind the scenes of this shit,
the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, it's not. It's so, you know, and my family knowing the ins and outs to that, you know, it kind of, you know, it was days where it was like, you know, like, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And it's like, nah, I gotta do what I gotta do.
That was my next question. Like, what was the outlook like? Was it more like impressing you? Like, you finished high school.
Yeah,
so after that, that's
by the skin of my teeth.
That's a blessing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So now they like, all right, what are you gonna do? Cause I know now they like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Yeah. Well, so for me, I was always like almost like the black sheep of the family. You know what I'm saying? For things that I did, it's not like it wasn't unwarranted. You know, I was kind of wild. You know what I mean? So when I decided, you know, that I was going to pursue music, it was like, here it goes, you know what I mean? Luckily for me, I always got the encouragement from my father.
Okay.
So
that makes a difference.
If nobody else, if everybody else thought it was just a pipe dream, I had my pops, you know, who, in all honesty, first of all, it's a blessing to even have that, because, you know, a lot of brothers don't even get that where we come from. And you know, he just always reinforced it. No matter what I was doing, even if I was doing something good, you know, because like I had a child when I was young, so I had it in my mind that I had to get the job, I had to go to school, I had to do the right things to keep food on the table and money in my pocket. But even when I was doing like, you know, like the conventional good things, my pops would always put it in my ear like, yo, like, you know, what you gonna do with the music? You know, he's like, cause you know, and he would tell me like, listen, like, if you wasn't good at it, I wouldn't tell you to do it. You know what I mean? I would just tell you.
Send you out the joint.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, you got my last name. You got a legacy to uphold. So if you wasn't good, I would just tell you leave it alone. But I think it's something that you'll be successful with. So, you know, that's, if nobody else in my family was really, you know, encouraging me to do it, I always had him there. So,
nah, that's what's up. A father figure is important for us as black men.
Very.
You know what I'm saying? As the culture, you know what I'm saying?
Very.
So, salute to him.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, when we was doing the 30 for 30, the interview, when I first started rocking with you, you and your pops got a good rapport.
Yeah,
I was in the car with you 1 or 2 times, and you was like, yo, pops, what's up? I'm like, yo, that's, to myself, I'm like, yo, that's dope, because me and my son got a good bond, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, yo, that's official.
Yeah.
And you being who you are, you're like, you Bones Brigante to the world, you know what I'm saying? But when pops called, it's like, yo, what's up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's Pop Dukes. And like I said, we've always had that space where it was more like a two-way respect type of thing. It's never like he always say, listen, I'm gonna tell you something one time, that's it. And he's like, he always say, I'm telling you this shit knowing you ain't gonna listen and do whatever it is you wanna do because that's just your personality.
Right.
But as your father, I have to tell you, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I'm gonna tell you one time, we're not even gonna talk about it after this. If you wanna talk to me about it afterwards, but this is it, I'm not doubling back. I'm not helping you.
I'm dropping the jewel.
Yeah, I'm dropping the jewel.
Pick it up,
that's it.
Like,
yeah,
pick it up,
it.
pick it up, now it's over.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, knowing that where we come from, like a lot of cats don't even get that, and when you don't get that, you out looking for it somewhere else. You might find the wrong type of influence. So knowing that I have it, you know, gotta cherish it, man.
So what kind of father are you? What kind of father figure are you?
Same as my pops.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like I'm gonna tell you one time, prime example, like not to get too far ahead, but like, you know, I got the cologne, my own cologne company. Basically, where I get my cologne is right by my daughter's crib. So my daughter, she had a lot of options with the schools she was gonna go to.
Right.
She got accepted to a lot of schools. Proud of her for that. She visited one school, Seton Hall. She realized how close it was to where I live, and she decided that's where she wants to go. Now that school didn't necessarily give her the most money, so I don't think that was, I can't say it was the right decision or the wrong decision because that's her life. She gotta live with that, and that's like I said, that's what I'm the same way my pops is. So one thing about my pops is like, he gave me a lot of game. He showed me ways to get money. He didn't necessarily I could count on one or two hands how many times in my adult life that my pops put money in my hand. But he showed me all types of ways to get money. You know what I'm saying?
You know what that come from? Teaching men to fish.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know, so basically, my daughter had asked me for some money to pay for her housing with a school.
Right.
I said, check this out. This is what you could do. The next time I need an order, I need you to go pick it up. You're gonna bring it to New York. You're gonna bottle it up for me, and you're gonna label it. She said, okay. Then I ain't hear nothing else from her about it. So I tell you what, now I gotta show you what life is about. And it's that I'm gonna go get my own bottles. I'm gonna bottle it up myself. That opportunity that you had is gone.
That's
it's
right.
over. If whatever else you need, I'll go spend more money on something else that you need as long as you do it efficiently. Because you want, like I said, I got a business to run. I'm on the clock myself.
Teachable moments.
I got it, so I'm giving her that moment, and that's the type of stuff that my pops did. So I'm the same way, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I just let her know that, you know, I'm not perfect. I don't expect you to be perfect, but I just expect you to you know, do your best. And that's the one thing my pops always told me, so that's the way I am.
No doubt, no doubt. Salute to that.
Right.
Salute to you for that. All right, so now let's move a little. Let's move a little further.
Right.
Get into your business. You know what I'm saying? So now that fast forward, you got the 106 in Park.
Right.
We ain't gonna spend too much time on that because that's a chapter of your life.
Yeah.
And I know I don't even say for a fact, but I know like in my past, like I had some run-ins, I did some things. I don't really appreciate people saying like, oh, but what about that?
Right.
And I'm 3 lives past that shit.
Yeah, but
You know
it's a big, like, for better or worse, it's a very big part of my story. It has a lot to do with like everything. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about, so when you got there, right?
Right.
I'm assuming you thought, oh shit, I made it.
Yes.
So
yes.
This can't be a teachable moment.
Because you got all right, so exactly. So this is the way, all right, so I'm gonna put it to you like this. All right. The era that we come from the era, it's like, all right, you rap, you get a record deal. Then it transitioned into like this grind, because now everything is on camera, so you could appreciate the grind. You could appreciate Meek when he had the fuzzy braids, and you see the growth, you know what I'm saying? But I came like right in the middle of that, so it was like, all right, I come from the era where you had to get stamped, all right? It wasn't no, I'm gonna drop these videos and build my fan base. It's like, nah, it's somebody at that door and they gotta let you in. It's gatekeepers. And I was let in, they let me in, you know what I mean? I didn't have no, well, technically, 106 was my Meek Mill fuzzy braid era, you know what I'm saying? And the space I'm in now is another part of that. But I say that to say, like, to go from like it wasn't no, I didn't have no small battles. I didn't have no, like, I literally, like, was at work, fucking washing dishes one day, and then the next day I was on television. You know, it wasn't no, oh, I heard of that kid, he's nice, oh, but let me see what he's gonna do. It was like, yo, bro, I got on television, like, yo, I'm gonna tell you, this shit was scary almost, because it was like, yo, nigga get on TV, niggas be like, yo, this nigga's better than Jay-Z. And I'm like, yo, y'all niggas is bugging. Like, better than, like, y'all niggas is bugging. But it was so many components to it, because it's like, it's 106, and you know, like I'm in the build, I'm there with the stars, bro. I didn't have, like even to say Meek Mill, I even remember Meek was at one of my battles when Meek was huge in Philly. Like before he got with Ross, he was
he was
popping in Philly. Like he had Philly.
Right.
That's why he's who he is now, because he had that shit. That's what Meek is literally what they want you to be to get a deal now. Burn shit up in your city, run them numbers up, and then we gonna come snatch you up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I knew who he was, and he was telling me, yo, you lucky as shit you get to be on 106 and Park.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And this was like my third, fourth battle, and I ain't gonna front. When I got in there, you know, they gave me the keys to the building. I could come up there when I wanted to. You know, I could whatever. Yo, I got a video I want to drop. I got a mixtape. You know,
Right.
so yeah, I thought that was it. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, they telling me like, yeah, we got you. We gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily go that way, but you know, it was a hell of an experience.
So what was the Trail of North part? Like you rocket ship, right? So what was that part where it's like, oh shit, this should not happen like I thought it was?
Well, all right, so I won 7 battles. After I won the 7 battles, they basically told me, like, all right, yo, cause you know there's a stigma with battle rappers, like, oh, battle rappers
Definitely.
can't make songs, or, you know, I mean, not for nothing, nobody really came off of 106 and like became a star. Like, I mean, you had like moments like Jen and Poster.
Right, you had the celebrities, but it wasn't
yeah,
stars.
yeah, but it's like you never
Popular.
really had that like that, oh, you go from 106 and you go to making these records and you're going to be some big star. You have some cats that got some chances, some looks, and they got a chance to live their dream. But basically, I was told that I was going to be the exception. I was going to be that guy. So it was like, all right, so I remember I was on a bus on my way back to Philly, you know, the next day after I had won the whole shit. And I got a call from the writer, and he said, yo, listen, I'm going to start booking you to do some shows. Like, you got some records ready, right? And I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we come from that era where it's like,
Nigga, studio all day.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you gotta have
gotta do.
everything, you know what I mean? You gotta be able to battle. You gotta have your records. You know, a lot of the battles that someone was doing, it was records that we had, you know what I'm saying? It was just about what clips, how many clips you had.
right, exactly.
Yeah. So he told me like basically, yo, you got some music ready? I'm like, yeah. You know, and in hindsight, it was more that I could have done because like I said, I was in a building and I mean, I'm running up to these cats, you know. I didn't really take advantage of some of the opportunities that I really had, but I was young, you know what I'm saying? But really, basically, so I was running around, they had me doing mad shows, and this was at the time when Smack was like just getting started. So, I mean, a lot of cats, this gonna sound crazy, but I'm telling you, like at this time, I'm a bigger artist than any Smack rapper. It sounds crazy right now because that's not the case,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And I've never even battled on Smack, but at this time, you can ask anybody that's been here from the beginning. I was on the BT Cypher. I battled on Casa. After I battled on Casa, like that shit was one of the biggest battles at the time. And it was like, the things that they was telling me was gonna happen wasn't happening. And they wasn't happening for a number of reasons. Like I was doing something wrong, you know what I mean? And it was like, that's not the case, you know what I mean? Because it is more shit I could be doing, but it's more shit y'all could be doing too.
Right, as the machine.
As
you
the
would-
machine,
you
yeah,
would
y'all the
expect it to be.
machine, yeah. But the reality of it is y'all are a television network. One thing about 106 and Park, y'all deal with finished product. Y'all don't deal with somebody like me. You know what I mean? Like I even remember like the first time Meek got booked to be on there. Like they was like, yo, you from Philly, right? Like you heard of some guy named Meek Mill? I'm like, yeah, you know. He's like, yeah, he just signed a Rick Ross. I'm like, yeah, like he's hot. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, I mean, is he good for television? Like, what is he even? They don't even understand it. They're like, well, what does he look like? You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
Currency used to come across their table all the time. They ain't want to book him. But y'all understand, Currency is huge. Yeah, he's not. His independent grind is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But they, like I said, they dealt with so much finished product.
They felt with the polish.
They wanted that. So it's like, if y'all don't, in all honesty, if y'all don't know how to deal with me or what to do with me, let me fly. Don't keep me here and don't, because it was like I was getting courted.
So you was under contract?
Nah, I wasn't even really under no contract, but it just was like, the thing is, like, they opened the doors. Like, yo, you gotta understand, I'm a kid. Yo, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know where we come from. So if I get that chance to do what the chance that they gave me, like, y'all put me on television, and this was when television was television.
Yeah.
Not like now.
It was
like
hard to get on
TV. It was. So it was like, all right, y'all gave
streaming services.
Yeah, if y'all gave me this opportunity, who's to say that y'all not gonna give me more opportunities? And because y'all they promising this shit to me, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And when it didn't happen, I felt like I was a failure. You know what I mean? And I wasn't. I was just learning, you know, it was just like, okay, because the reality of it is you got streaming, you got YouTube. This was in SoundCloud. This is the beginning.
When it first started.
Yeah, this is when it first started, but they're telling me like,
that's trash.
Trash, yo. Like,
why you want to do that?
Yeah, what is that? Like, do what we tell you to do, and we're gonna keep you on. So I'm like, at the time, it looked like I was making the right decision. And anybody that was in my seat, in my shoes, they'd have probably done the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, like what the fuck is Spotify? Like what is a streaming service? YouTube? Like, them niggas used to be like, YouTube? Man, fuck that. We're about to book you for these shows. You know what I mean?
YouTube, when YouTube first came, niggas like, you could get your own channel. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that? I'm like, yo, I'm on television. Like, why am I gonna go get 1,000 views here? But now here it is in hindsight.
1,000 views is the shit. That's
like
the base.
Yeah, that's because that's not easy to do. But when I'm on television, I'm on 106. Like, I had a YouTube page. I uploaded all my battles to the page. BT deleted that shit.
Oh, word?
Yeah, that was like
hold on. We be right back, man. D-Hop, Moments, my man Bones Brigante, man. We be right back. We gonna pick it up with his YouTube page getting deleted.
TheUnstoppableOne.com.
We back, man. We gonna jump right into YouTube being deleted, and let's get right to that. You know, let's talk about that real quick before we get into what you're doing now and all that.
All right, so basically, somebody had uploaded one of my battles, and the battle wasn't even synced, but that shit had got like 100,000 views in like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. So I saw it, and I told my web guy, I said, yo, go to bt.com and rip all the battles and put them on my YouTube page, because I could run my views up.
Right.
I get the traffic, I could get the subscribers. I was starting to understand.
It's your work.
Yeah, it's my work, and it's like, yeah, this is like my calling card.
That's your resume.
Yeah, it's my resume. So basically, I had got all my battles. I had a few videos, you know, whatever music I was working on at the time. I had debuted a video on 106 in Park I had put on my page, and all my BET content I had on my page. At the time, BET felt like they had to go to war with YouTube. Now all these companies work with YouTube because that's the primary service that people watch stuff on. So they will flag your content. You get 3 strikes, your page is gone. So I'm talking about I had millions of. I'm talking about it might have been somebody who didn't know who Bones was, but when I showed them, you know, that sheet, boom, I got X amount of views.
Right. Like,
oh, all right, yo, give them some clothes, give them a check, and you know,
that shit makes sense.
So when it got deleted, that shit took the wind out me like crazy, like
damn.
That shit took the wind out. Like that's one of the reasons I was like, man, You know, well, I don't really even feel like doing this shit no more, man.
Damn. So what was that turnaround that made you get back?
Well, when you rap, like, whether you doing it like on a platform or on a big scale, like, if it's in you, this is just what you do. It's part of my DNA. So I never completely stopped.
Little punk ass lines be coming to my head all the time.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
I ain't write a rhyme in 20 years.
That's what I'm
Shit
saying.
just be floating up
yeah,
there.
you can't. And me, it's like I'ma always like put some shit together because I just got that. You know, I come from that. Yo, let me hear something era. So you know, I was running around doing a whole bunch of shit I had no business doing, but here and there, me and Goods was doing ciphers. Goods would have me do ciphers and shit. So
Let's wait, stop, because you're not just gonna breeze over that. You and Goods got a great relationship.
that's my brother.
Where did y'all meet and how did that come about real quick before we get into
Me and Goods met at the very first smack battle I ever went to. So now to put something in perspective, because this is what I'm saying. Basically, the dude who did the audio at BET did the audio for Smack. And he was telling me, like, he was the one telling, like, yo, like, come over here, I could get you a battle, So he said, yo, come to the battle. It was at Santos. It was one of the first Smack shits.
Yeah, he said Santos.
Santos, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was one of the first Smack battles. This is the first time Surf battled. He battled Young Ill. First time Hollow battled on Smack. He battled Big T. DNA battled On P that day. Calico battled Newborn that day. Smoked Newborn's boots, you know what I'm saying? Got off stage, he was feeling himself. You know, after you win a battle, that shit is like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That
Just
shit's
won the
like,
championship.
yeah, like, you know when you beat a nigga up in the hood and niggas
Especially if it's a clear win.
clear win, you know what I'm saying? So basically, he got off the stage and he was talking crazy to Goods, because he's like, oh, I want to bet, because at this time, this is what I'm saying, everybody was trying to make a name for themselves, you know what I mean? Especially the cats from the Midwest. Goods was because of Lions Den, you know what I mean?
Right.
And he had that rep. He battled Cassidy, he battled Jay Mills, and this is stuff that they didn't even see, but they just saw him in Lions Den. He hadn't even battled on Smack yet, but they knew him from Lions Den. So he's sitting there arguing with Calico. I'm sitting there looking at these niggas argue, and when he did the good shit, said some fly shit and walked off. And when he walked off, he said, yo, what up? Like, it was good, you know what I'm saying? And I knew who he was and he knew who I was. Right. It was just like, yo, you son from 106, right? So I always tell him, like, nigga, you know when I met you, I was more famous than you, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But he was telling me, like, yo, come over here and battle. You know what I mean? I think it'd be good for you because you get busy on there.
Right.
So, you know, I'm gonna set something up for you. You know, never really worked out, but from that moment, me and him just, we you know, because we one in the same. You know, we both talk that shit. We both like to get fly. We both got daughters. We both come from the streets, but kind of understand that you can't do that type of shit forever.
Factual.
So, you know, that's my brother, man.
That's what's up. Cause I recognize how y'all flow. Y'all vibes.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Dope. And you don't really get that. And it's not like y'all industry cats.
Right.
Y'all real dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what make it more of an official respect for each other.
Right. So he was always telling me just like, you know, cause my ethic is crazy. Like I work, I got a job. So it's like, I got that blue collar type of shit where it's like, you know, like, so he telling me like, yo, stop playing with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I was telling you to battle on Smack, you never did that. You know, look where that shit could have got you. So like, you know, take your craft a little more serious. And one day me and him was supposed to chill and I got locked up. So at the time, like, we cool, but this is just like my rap homie, you know what I'm saying? Well, he's growing to be more than my rap homie because I'm not even really rapping like that, but I know him from rap, and I'm just like, you know, cool. So we were supposed to chill, and before they put me in a cell, I took some numbers, and I took his number because I knew he was gonna be wondering, like, what the fuck is this nigga at?
Right.
So I waited till I got upstairs before I went and seen the judge. And I called him, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even calling him because I didn't even think I was gonna get a bail. I thought I was gonna get an ROR. So I had got a bail And I had called him just to tell him like, yo, I know, I was like, yo, I'm about to go see the judge. You know, I know we supposed to hang out. You probably wondering where the fuck I've been these last 24 hours. So he was like, all right. He was like, yo, just call me when you get out or whatever. So I went and I got a bail. I called my man from my building. I said, yo, I need you to go upstairs and get this money. Come get me from the joint. So
Absolutely.
He's like, yo, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? So I said, all right, yo, I said, do me a favor. Call Goods on three-way and take the money to him.
That good old three-way.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Take the money to him and have him come get me. So Goods was just like, yo, look, fuck all that. I'm gonna just come get you, nigga. I'm not going, you give me the money when I see you type of shit. And he came and got me, and he was just like, all right, bro, like, this is it, my nigga. Like, almost like my pops almost. Like, and let's clarify that I'm not saying he's like my pops, but almost like the same type of shit. Like, yo, that's it, one time, yo. Like, yo, I'm telling you, take your rap shit more serious, and you out here fucking around doing shit just getting you locked up, and I gotta come get you from jail. So, nigga, take your craft serious. And then that's when 30 for 30 started.
30 for 30, that's classic. To me, so far, that's your purple tape.
I've heard that before.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I talked to you a little while ago, and you said, I asked you about 8 is enough.
Right.
Do you think that's your best work thus far?
I think I have yet to do my best work. Personally, like I said, like when I did 30 for 30, like with the understanding that I have about the industry and your craft, I understand how much work I have to do, you know what I mean? So I did 30 for 30, like 1, to get my pen back sharp, 2, to let my peers know, you know, I'm back out here working. Cause like I said, it was a point in time, I was head over heels above everybody, you know what I mean? And I get that like, oh, remember when you was, you know, I get that from some cats. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna show y'all how I work, you know what I mean? Cause y'all got me fucked up. And I still think I'm in that phase where I'm blossoming. So I don't think I've done my best work. I think it's just a chapter of my life. It's a part of what I'm doing now. I paired it with my fragrance, which is something that nobody's ever done before. But it's not gonna be something that happens overnight. If 106 in Park didn't get me rich overnight, then